What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Welcome to the R-News Morning Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, over 860,000 Americans have already voted compared to fewer than 10,000 by this point in 2016. That is a huge freaking number. Thanks to everyone that voted. You're welcome, smiling face, all the way from my deployment in Qatar. Edit. Thank you all for the awards and upvotes. To all my brothers in arms. I know the date is a joke deployment, but being my third time to this sandbox and being away from my family still sucks. I am in no way bragging about location. Just happy, proud of myself for voting while deployed. And I genuinely thank all of you who have deployed to places much more daunting than Qatar. They still got the Xbox 360s over there. Y'all better not have messed with my Splinter Cell save. Why do we have troops in Qatar? When I deployed to Afghanistan, we made a stop in Qatar. That base was basically a fancy resort. I was there for 2 days total. One going on deployment and one ending deployment. Only problem was the bright white rocks everywhere. You wake up in a dark tent, go outside to head to the showers, and you're literally blind for about 5 minutes. Thanks for putting in work for the American people. What's the level of Trump loyalty, support amongst your ranks? In 2016, a vast majority, 80%, of people I work with voted for Trump. This time, not even close. We can read between the lines. We know what Mattis, Kelly and McMaster's are trying to tell us. What are they trying to tell you? Mattis said that Trump is a danger to the US Constitution under which active duty serve. You're watching the R-News Show. From r/World News. Justin Trudeau, the world is in crisis, and things are about to get much worse. Part of the problem in the USA is that the wealthy old men running Congress know they won't be around to see what happens due to climate change and other factors. It's all about the here and now until that's no more. It's how many people run businesses. 2. Short term, and then one bad quarter and you're sunk. The wealthy old men have grandchildren though. Grandchildren to whom they will pass their wealth so that they can save themselves. Link to the speech www.youtube.com. Holy crap, those YouTube comments. Freaking conspiracy ** everywhere. Edit. * remove the R word because it's offensive to the mentally challenged to compare these people to them. I've now watched The Social Dilemma, as many suggested I do, and am horrified at what these companies have allowed to happen just for ad revenue. The ironic part is that these conspiracy theories are the distribution networks for disinformation he's talking about. A lot of the strife we are currently experiencing comes from the ancillary ideas that are injected through believing things like Flat Earth, QAnon, and anti-vax. Come on man, why are you telling the truth? Haven't you learned anything from Trump or Putin on how leaders these days should behave? It's Trudeau, we are at a tipping point. You're watching the R-News Show. From r/News. Woman charged with felony in Breonna Taylor protest hit and run. Great news. You can't just run over people and not expect to be charged. What a moron. Even if they're being dicks and blocking an intersection. Seems to be a lot of right-wingers who think that a protester making any violation of the law, however minor, is somehow free game to kill. I got downvoted in our public freakout for pointing out they easily could have reversed and escaped without running over anyone. It's even worse at actual public freakout. Don't want to give them traffic by linking it. Both subs have just become cesspools of toxic, racist, hateful death fetishists and conservative extremists. It's disturbing and it's getting worse. Unless you live in Florida, or Caitlyn Jenner, or any other celebrity and/or rich person, you just need a really good lawyer. Ethan Couch, affluenza teen, at age 16 killed 4 people while driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs on June 15, 2013, in Burleson, Texas. He was intoxicated, driving on a restricted license and speeding in a residential area when he lost control, colliding with a group of people assisting another driver with a disabled sport utility vehicle. 4 people were killed in the collision and a total of 9 people were injured. 2 passengers in Couch's truck suffered serious injuries, one with complete paralysis. My prediction: the driver gets away with hitting the person but gets charged for damaging the curb. You're watching the R-News Show. From r/politics. Biden not worried about first presidential debate, says Trump, not that smart. This is the correct way to get back at Trump. His fragile ego can't handle comments like this. My first thought as well. He's baiting him already, and that takes the probability of Trump incoherent, incomplete sentences from 100% to 110%. Good. This is the sort of psychological gamesmanship that separates great sports coaches from ordinary ones. Biden will be priming Trump for the next few days, and by the time the debate starts, Trump will be out of his mind with rage, which is just going to be so excellent to see. Trump is going to look like one of those melting Nazis at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. My guess is they will give him downers beforehand, even though he'll still slur and babble near incomprehensible sentence fragments in interrupted staccato. Our corporate media will grudgingly admit Biden won on style, substance, tone, temperament, actual use of actual words, and belief in reality. But Trump will be lauded as surprisingly presidential for making it through without walking off. They will then spend hours of airtime speculating if he's finally turned a corner and won't really enslave the nation for his own profit. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Berkeley set to become first U.S. city to ban junk food in grocery store checkout aisles. This was also done in Ireland. The main reason for banning it was to stop kids at checkouts seeing junk food and wanting it not to stop adults. God forbid a parent had to tell their kid, no. Hey, raising kids is the TV's job. Government should parent children, and adults, and seniors. Just let the government control everyone and everything. Okay. The government knows what's good, the government knows what's right. I'm sure we should trust businesses instead. They would never manipulate you or take advantage of you. They always have your best interests at heart and would never do something like market cigarettes to children. If only there was some alternative to living mindless and letting the government choose for you, or letting companies choose for you. I'd rather they ban gas pumps that play ads. Where the hell does this happen? Sounds awful. I've been seeing them more and more in the Midwest lately. It's called gas station TV, or something like that. Haven't seen too many ads, though. It's usually like a gift recipe, highlights from a sports game, a new album, and entertainment news. Those are all ads in disguise. Marketing is a sophisticated dark art, but a dark art nonetheless. Which is why I dedicate my life to hunting and eating marketing people. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Congress introduces first Supreme Court term limits bill. This is the fight that Democrats, and, frankly, everyone, needs to get behind. I wish we had a Senate that didn't just ignore bills, didn't realize democracy was one butthole deciding what should and shouldn't be voted on. We need to get the Senate back. Even better if McConnell gets forced out as well. That piece of crap has been doing everything but his job for years and years. Didn't realize democracy was one butthole with the full unquestioning loyalty of his entire political party deciding what should and shouldn't be voted on. Don't let Mitch be the fall guy. They're all in this together. Yeah, that won't get through the Senate. Even if it passed, it won't get past the current SCOTUS. They will hear a case about it and rule it out. And it rightly shouldn't get past SCOTUS. You cannot overturn the Constitution with a bill. You need a constitutional amendment. These legislators know that this bill was dead before it began and are just doing it for brownie points with their constituents. I don't know about term limits, but I like the idea of the Senate being required to vote within a certain time frame of nomination. That way we'll never have another 9-month vacancy a la 2016. I still wish Obama would have tried seating Garland so this could have been challenged and at least clarified instead of being a what if. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.